This video is a step-by-step tutorial on how to create a loft and sweep on Fusion 360. So the loft feature can be used to create a transitional shape between two or more sketch profiles. So in simple terms, it creates a body that connects two or more sketch faces, whereas a sweep drags a sketch or planar face along a selected path. In order to create a loft, you must first create a sketch with a closed 2D shape. For this, I'm just going to use a circle from the Create tab. Once you've added the circle, click Finish Sketch. Then select Construct and click Offset Plane. Then create your new plane above the existing circle. Then create a sketch on this plane, once again adding a circle. Once you're happy with it, click Finish Sketch. Then add a third and final construction plane above that circle. Then add your final circle to this plane and click Finish Sketch. Then click Create and select Loft from the drop-down menu. Then select the profiles you wish to join together. You'll also notice that a small grey circle appears. You can click and drag this to edit the dimensions of the loft. You can also select the drop-down menu and click Directed. Then you can edit the dimensions by using the arrow or the dial. If you want to be more precise, you can also edit this in the window by changing the takeoff weight and angle. Once you're happy with how it looks, click OK and your loft will now be created. You can also create a loft that is based around a center line. To do this, you will need to create the profiles that you want to join, as well as a line that intersects all of these profiles. Then, using the Create drop-down menu, once again select Loft and the desired profiles. Then, select Center Line as opposed to Rails and select the line you want to use for your loft to be centered around. Once you're happy with how it looks, click OK and your loft will be created. You can also create a loft that uses guardrails to control the shape of the body that a loft will create. For this, you will need to create your profiles as well as a line or multiple lines that intersect those profiles. For this, I have created a spline and then mirrored it with a center construction line. Then click Create and select Loft. From here, you can select your profiles to be used. As you can see, it will create an automatic body based on the space between those profiles. But you can also select some guides by clicking on the select symbol next to rails. Once you have selected your rails, you can see that the body created by the loft is now bound by the guide rails. Then click OK to finish the loft. To start off with, I'm going to click Create New Sketch and I'm going to add a circle at the origin point to be used as a profile for the sweep and then click Finish Sketch. Then I'm going to create a new sketch on one of the perpendicular planes. For this, I'm going to create a spline that starts at the center point of the circle, which will be used as the path for the sweep. I'm also going to create another spline from the edge of the circle, which will be used as a guide rail for the sweep. Once these have been created, click Finish Sketch. Then click Create and select Sweep. Select the profile you want to use and then the path you want the sweep to follow. You will notice that an arrow appears. This will allow me to click and drag to select how far along I want to sweep, or alternatively I can type this in as a decimal of the entire path. In the window you can also edit the taper angle and twist angle as well as changing the orientation of the sweep. The type of sweep can be changed by using the drop down menu. For this I'm going to select Path and Guide Rails As the profile and path have already been selected, all that is left to do is select the guide rail. The sweep will now be bound by the direction of the guide rail. You can also change the profile scaling as well as the operation. Then once you're happy with it, click OK and your loft will be created. Lofts and sweeps are another very useful tool that Fusion has created. These allow you to create bodies along complex paths as well as making a body that can link two or more shapes that are very different in their geometries. In this quick and simple example, I have used a series of lofts and sweeps to create a rough outer body for an exhaust manifold.